this is another video where I'm going into it completely without a plan. So yeah, I thought this whole time, yeah, man, making a video of Kendrick Lamar would be really cool. Especially because of the damn meme of listening to the album in reverse, because I actually believe in it, and I want to like make a whole conspiracy theory thing, like with why I think that and why everything like lines up. Oh yeah, I mean I listened to all of them again yesterday. Yeah, at work. I haven't listened to it in reverse in a while though. I should have done that maybe before I did this video to like refresh myself. Maybe I'll look at the track list, I guess. Yeah. Oh my god, I'll open Spotify. Whoa, that's cool. But yeah, I mean, so I've been listening to way more fucking music, like I'd say the last 2 years. Yeah. And shit. Where is it? Like part of it was that I started watching Fantano. Anthony Fantano, internet's busiest music nerd. And just trying out most of the stuff that he recommends, you know? And like, yeah, there's like a lot of artists that I just kept hearing about that I meant to like explore more, like Kanye West, Tyler the Creator, that just ended up being my fucking favorites, and that I ended up really latching onto a lot. So it's really weird because I feel like when I was a teenager, I think I wanted to be like a cool rock guy or like punk guy. Yeah, I was like into. Oh my god, I was into obviously. I still like Nirvana, still like those. I was like into Green Day, The Offspring, fucking Foo Fighters. Oh my god. I still like Faith No More, kind of. Yeah, I should listen to them more. Mouth to mouth to mouth to mouth to mouth. You can dress up the dead man. What a good song. See, I'm thinking about Faith No More because Kendrick actually has he's like at a bunch of European festivals, and yeah, I think the one in Belgium also features Faith No More. That was it. I would love to go. I don't know if I can yet. I don't know if it's gonna work out, but we'll see. But yeah. See, right now, I think my soul was always screaming to be like more of a hip hop pop person, because right now I'm like I can't even listen to like a lot of guitar music anymore. Like I like have people at school throwing on like Billy Talent, My Chemical Romance, and I cannot listen to it. I can't anymore. Or like even Green Day and stuff like even the old stuff that I used to like. I don't know. It's just not compatible with my brain anymore. It's not what I want anymore. Whereas right now I like anything that's like that has a beat that's like kind of synthy. Yeah, like I'm like so into. I meme about that as well, like a lot. Carly Rae Jepsen. Carly Rae Jepsen is a huge meme, but also she's just genuinely great. Yeah, I think I like anything like hip hop, pop, vintage pop, funk, synth pop, jazz. I was told one time in school recently that I have no taste, and by that, like, what they meant by that is like I have no discernible like through line with what I like. I don't really agree with that at all. I look at this stuff and I actually do see like some crossover with like the kinds of sounds that they use. Yeah. Kendrick Lamar and Carly Rae Jepsen are actually more adjacent than they seem. Okay, leave me alone. But yeah. I think I'm at a point where I can say, Kendrick is probably my favorite artist, and See, it's definitely mostly his last two LPs, Damn and To Pimp a Butterfly. But I think To Pimp a Butterfly is probably my favorite album. Like, I've been just thinking more and more about it. Every time I listen to it, I like it more. And I always get this craving. to listen to it, you know? Like more than other albums. And that's interesting because, see, the first time I listened to it, I think I knew it like got a 10 on the Nino drop, but I don't think I watched the whole review. Like, you know, it's like kind of a meme that you know, the album was like a 10 out of 10, like one of the most acclaimed albums of all time. I was like, okay, I was curious about it, and I was listening to it in bed while I was doing something else. I think I couldn't take it all in. I finished the album like the next day. I was out in town and like was really quiet. The whole town was really quiet. There was not a lot going on, and yeah, I remember like the final part of the album with the conversation between Kendrick and Tupac. That like really surprising me, and that stuck with me a lot. But then I like shelved the album kind of in my memory as like very challenging to listen to, and like you have to pay a lot of attention to it to get the most out of it. And I guess that is kind of true. But that's why I didn't listen to it again for a little bit. And then I checked out Damn. Like, Damn clicked with me way more instantly. And I still really fucking like Damn. To me, 7 out of 10 is a ridiculous score. I'm sorry. I don't get it. Especially when you watch the review. The review doesn't sound like a 7, you know? That's so weird. Yeah, look at the track list now, and like, you look at DNA, Element, Feel, Loyalty, Pride, Humble, Lust, Triple X, Fear. Like, those are fucking amazing songs, like all of them. IMO. See, I know Fantano's least favorite song was A Love. I like that song. I don't know. And then, yeah, God. We'll talk about that a little bit. See, but yeah, Good Kid, Mad City. Yeah, I think that took a couple listens for me to click as well. But now I really fucking appreciate it a lot. Shit. Section 80, I think, clicked with me more instantly as well than Good Kid. I'd say Section 80 and Damn are like the loosest kind of albums, you know, with like where the story is like the most esoteric is not the right word. But yeah, I guess loose is the right word. Like, they feel a little bit more single driven. And that's cool. Like, that's what makes them more accessible, I guess, than the other two albums. But yeah, T-Pap, listen to it again, and then something just clicked in a completely different way. Like, I like experienced the songs way more consciously. I was way more aware of what was happening. It was really strange. Like, that's the thing. A lot of, like, I forgot just how many bangers there were at the start. Like with Wesley's Theory and King Kunta, and like I forgot how catchy These Walls is, for example. And that, like, the fact that those songs are so early in the album, like, it's sequenced so fucking well, because it gets you so ready for the slower cuts, that you have this super explosive start with the 3 songs at the, you know, with Wesley's Theory, For Free, and then and then King Kunta. Like, that has so much fucking energy, and that gets you ready for like the slower, mellower stuff. And they like Kendrick throws in so much memorable shit in the slower cuts, like with You, where he like screams, and like with the drunken rants basically, or like the one part where, see, I don't know if that's Kendrick, but like where you hear basically his grandma shouting into the mic. Not shouting, but you get what I mean. Shit won't change until you get off and wash your ass. N-word. Oh man, like that's something. A lot of that stuff isn't traditionally catchy or like very musical, I guess almost. But like it's so fucking memorable, and I love. It's so weird. Like it's like the classic kind of songs that you probably wouldn't listen to on a playlist. You know, it's you need to be in the mood of it. You need to listen to the whole album. But when you're listening to it, it's like such a fucking experience. And that's why I keep thinking about it. Is it my favorite album? Because yeah, when I listen to it, obviously I'm the most excited for the bangers, but I don't know, like the slower stuff has stuck with me so fucking much. Oh man, I don't know. And like yeah, that's the thing. There's like never a single part that I skip. And I've listened to it fully so many fucking times now. God. And see, obviously, the whole narrative of the album. I mean, on Damn, Kendrick says, "Yeah, last LP, Butterfly, I tried to lift up the black artists, and there's a difference between black artists and whack artists." So clearly, and you have with Wesley's Theory, that kind of spells out the whole vibe and the theme of the album, that it is about just how black people in America don't, they're taken advantage of, and they don't stand a chance against the system. And then you have the sample at the start with every N-word is a star, right? Like that has a lot of poignance. But obviously, the album still has this like larger theme of self-love and accepting yourself and like moving forward and not holding grudges. And that sticks with me so, like, obviously I find the black community angle very relevant, very fascinating, and I think it, like, that's one of the best explorations of that topic that I've seen. But obviously I'm not black, right? So I don't want to assume that I can personally relate to it that much, you know? I think that would be presumptuous of me, even though it does make me feel a lot of things, right? Even though it has a strong emotional impact still. But man, the whole, like, the way, oh my god, like, so, it's so fucking clever that you have the song You, lowercase u, there was like some, I read one time there was like some fucking deeper meaning to it, why it's lowercase u as well, and lowercase I. But yeah, on You, the song is called You, and he always says you, right? He always, I mean, that's the thing, he's speaking to himself in the second person, right? When he says you, he actually is talking about himself, and he's talking himself down on that entire song, right? And then you go through the whole journey of the album, where he learns all these important lessons, and then you get to the song I, which is like, it's the direct inverse of You, where it's like, actually, I'm like ready to fight back now. I'm ready to like love myself. Oh my god, how fucking good is that? And yeah, the part of I that always sticks with me the most. I mean, obviously the whole song with especially the skit at the end. Well, that's complicated because it's we had the I single before the album came out, and then for the album they actually did a live performance of I. It's not an actual, as far as I understand it, it's not an actual like concert or anything. It's played live, but obviously they did it like as one huge performance for the album. Like that was the whole point. And then yeah, the thing at the end is scripted, as far as I understand it. Yeah, and that obviously all of that is fucking cool, and like the sound of this recording is so fucking good. I just love. I mean, the lyrics are slightly different in the chorus as well, and I love just how vibrant and like exuberant Kendrick gets with his delivery. I'm not gonna replicate it right now, but like just the way he does the it's so fucking good. And the whole song, like I said, is great, but the part of the lyrics that sticks with me the most is where he says, "Peace to fashion police. I wear my heart on the sleeve. Let the runway start." Like, I'm not. It says I'm not afraid to like be myself, and that means so fucking much to me. So I think, yeah, I so I enjoy Damn because it speaks about Kendrick in like such a like he's talking about himself, like his personal experience, his personal depression, and like just what he's going through at the time, in a very specific personal way. I guess I tend to gravitate toward those kinds of that kind of music more readily than a more general theme. And to me, that's what T-Pap kind of seemed like, I guess. And like, I guess it is. You know, it is a broader theme, not more general. It is a broader theme. Yeah. But yeah, like the more I listened to T-Pap, the more I realized, wow, actually, this like this is what I want. You know, this is like something that actually does mean a lot to me. That's something that is personally very significant to me. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna say it, right. I'm someone who struggles with like loving themselves and like not putting themselves down all the time. And yeah, I don't know. Just lately, especially, the idea of embracing yourself and being comfortable with yourself, like it's so fucking cool to me, and it's something that I want to do. And yeah, that's why T-Pap is so inspirational, and like it just sounds fucking amazing as well. So that's why I'm pretty sure it's my favorite album of all time. The more I think about it, but yeah, I'm not ready to say that on Twitter. I still don't listen to enough different music. I say, I see threads and like fucking topsters of favorite albums and shit like that, and I'm like, whoa, I have a lot to catch up on. And like, yeah, I still think my palette still is like not that broad. You know, there's, like I said, I said earlier, like that, oh, this is the kind of stuff that I want to listen to right now. And like everything else right now, it's just not hitting the spot for me. Don't know what I'm gonna do about that yet, but yeah. So with Damn, yeah. I love that the album is, like I said, kind of single driven. Every song. It's kind of hard to put into words, and I guess that's music, right? Music is hard to put into words sometimes. Because every song is like a different idea, almost, you know? But they do, in the end, somehow kind of build on each other as well. Like, I feel like, the way Kendrick described it in interviews is that, oh, all of this is like part of who I am. This is Kendrick Lamar, right? And I think, yeah, every song is like part of like painting this picture of Kendrick's current self, you know, at the time of the release of this album. Where this is the kind of stuff that I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about the media. I'm thinking about just my personal shortcomings, my faith in God, the state of the country, right? All those things are not that directly related, but they're related in the fact that they matter to Kendrick, right? And he does introduce like these little elements with every song where, you know, he keeps saying damn, he keeps having this like weird announcer guy, what was it again? Kung Fu Kenny, ain't nobody praying for me, all that shit, right? And like having those things kind of randomly recur within like over the course of the album does give it like this sense that everything is like still slightly tied together, and there is something kind of eerie about the way it's done. Yeah, I think eerie is the right word. I guess the entire album is kind of eerie because, I mean, yeah, you get to the end and you have this whole, oh my god, see, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it now. You have the phone call from Kendrick's cousin Carl, where he explains this idea that basically his people are just cursed, and that this curse is like responsible for everything bad that's happened to like Black, Hispanics, Native Americans. Obviously, and and that curse is like part of the reason why Kendrick is like feeling this depression, and to quote Carl literally, that he has a chip on his shoulder. Obviously that's a very challenging, crazy idea, and like, so you go to the next song, God, and I mean the sound of the song has been like criticized a lot. Like Kendrick's performance is kind of weird, but I think, see, the way I read it is it's supposed to sound kind of pathetic, and that Kendrick is just really mad on the song, that he has shown his faith in God over so many years, right, and such specific ways, and he's basically saying, oh, that's what I get back, right, even though I'm so amazing, and like, that's the thing, he's like pumping himself up in this like really kind of petty way almost, like, everything I touch is a damn gold mine, everything I say is from an angel, like, obviously Kendrick can be like that's kind of his thing. He does consider himself the greatest, and he's like kind of intentionally a little bit cheeky and arrogant, but here it has this like petty angle to it, where he's specifically saying it after fear, after he has this like revelation that, oh man, I'm getting such fucking goosebumps, but he has this whole revelation that basically God doesn't give a fuck about him, right? And the song is called God, and he's pumping himself up, saying, don't judge me. It's like, it has this like petty feel to it. I think that's the whole point, right? That he's like questioning his own faith, and oh man, I don't know. Yeah, and to me it's very overt, to me it's very obvious that that's what it's going for. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, but yeah. Especially, yeah, I mean, Fear comes after Triple X, and Triple X is like this whole song about, the state of the country, and like, how volatile everything is, and I mean, he literally has this part where he's like, okay, kids, let's talk about gun control. And then, yeah, I guess, I mean, the song Fear is that there's so many different kinds of fears, and yeah, I mean, Fear is like, the song Fear, basically it spells out, yeah, this is what the whole album is about, like, that's how everything is kind of tied together, and like, he literally mentions, like, that's why every song is just one word, right? All these different concepts, they're all tied together under this single banner, and he keeps like, reiterating those concepts on the song Fear, like, fear that my humbleness is going, fear that I'm swapping loyalty for pride, or something like that. And that's, man, the title, damn, is just so, like that, yeah, that's all you need to know, damn, like, you look at the concepts presented on the album, you look at the, like, the state that Kendrick is in, and you just say, damn, that's why the title is so perfect. And here's the fucking thing now. You listen to the album in reverse, and, yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen, like, all the theories, right? But basically, the prevailing thought is that, oh man, the way I always describe it is when I think about damn in reverse, it like gives me such fucking crazy goosebumps that I want to vomit almost, and that's what I'm experiencing right now because it's so fucking crazy. Basically, so when we listen to the track list in the normal sequence, we basically get the Kendrick that we know, right? Who like goes into this like into these attacks from the media with a lot of confidence. He doesn't want to take any shit, and then he's like slowly becomes mellower and mellower and less confident. And then on Duckworth, he like asks the question like, yeah, man, like I'm like he paints this picture. Okay, this is who I am. And then on Duckworth, he's asking the question, man, if my dad had died in this incident at KFC, then all of this would like not have happened, right? Like I would have probably, I would have grown up without a father, become a gangbanger, and then died in a gunfight or something. And then you have this whole thing at the end of Duckworth where they rewind, go back to the very start where he says, "So I was taking a walk the other day." Oh my god. So yeah, I'm overwhelmed by the goosebumps right now. At the start of Duckworth, the announcer even says, we're gonna put it in reverse, right? So when you listen to it in reverse, that's the first thing you hear. You hear the announcer saying, we're gonna put it in reverse. Basically, the idea is that when you listen to Duckworth first, it tells you the story of, okay, what would have happened if Kendrick's father had died. Yeah, if you listen to it in reverse, Duckworth becomes the first song, and then Blood becomes the final song. On Blood, Kendrick tells the story of like, I'm not entirely, Okay, so he tells the story of like meeting this blind woman and then getting shot. And like I think it's a safe assumption that the blind woman is the one who's shooting him. He's trying to help her and he gets shot. And then they talk about it on the news. And then that, again, in the normal sequence, that seamlessly transitions into DNA, where he directly confronts the media. So, wait, what was my... Yeah, like the way I'm explaining it to myself is that the first song that you listen to is like a hypothetical scenario, right? Like Kendrick meeting a woman and then getting shot. And like I think the fact that she's blind is like kind of implying that it's very serendipitous, you know? She's not really killing him for a reason. She can't like, she can't see who he is. So like it's happening independent of who he actually is, you know? And then you listen to the whole sequence, and then on Duckworth, he asks the question, what if, right? When you listen to Duckworth first, that becomes the reality, right? The reality of Kendrick's father dies, and then he becomes a gangbanger, right? That's the reality. And then the final song, Blood, wait. No, wait, no. Other way around, no. The final song, Duckworth. Wait, what the fuck? What am I saying? Oh, yeah, no, okay. No, I get it now. Alright, so, first song, Blood, hypothetical scenario, right? Oh, I could meet this random woman in the street and then die. Like, that totally could happen, but I don't know. Because what's actually true is that I'm the greatest rapper because of this whole story that happened with my father, right? I guess I should back up a little bit, explain. Yeah, on Duckworth, I should have said this before, but who cares? On Duckworth, Kendrick tells the story of the CEO of his label, Anthony. What the fuck was his name? Anthony something Anthony. Yeah. Who was a gangbanger, killed a couple people at a KFC, the same KFC that Kendrick's father would later work at, who knew about this whole incident, and then decided to get on Anthony's good side by giving him free chicken and stuff. And then turns out Anthony actually did rob the place again, but spared Kendrick's father, right? And then later, years later, they would meet in a recording studio. And that's how Kendrick's career kind of got started. Um, and that's like crazy and serendipitous, right? And again, Kendrick is asking a question: if this hadn't happened that way, if Anthony had killed my father, then like who knows? Right? So Blood, the song Blood, getting killed by the blind woman, that's a hypothetical scenario. That's not real. What is real is the final song, where he tells the story. Oh, this is how I became the greatest rapper, right? When you listen to Duckworth first, that's a hypothetical scenario. Like, oh, what if that hadn't happened this way? What if what if my father had died here? And then that colors the whole rest of the album, right? That idea. And then on the song Blood, that's the reality, right? On the song Blood, you see, oh, yeah, Kendrick does get randomly killed. Because, because of who he is now, right? Basically, the picture that you get when you listen to Damn in Reverse is like a much more angry, mean-spirited Kendrick. And like, oh my god, there's like this really interesting detail where the cover of Damn, it's like, Kendrick looks super fucking dejected and pissed off, and the font is in red, and then you open the CD case, and you see like a little sleeve, where the font is in green, and Kendrick looks, he looks upset, he looks kind of sad, he has like this look in his face where he's not really sure of himself. But he feels like the Kendrick you kind of know. And on the sleeve you see the normal sequence, like with where it starts with Blood and ends with Duckworth. So the idea is that if you listen to the normal sequence, that's the Kendrick you get, right? You get the Kendrick that's the normal Kendrick. Whereas if you listen to the reverse sequence, you get the Kendrick that's on the actual cover. How fucking clever is that? Well, I mean, that's something Kendrick has never really commented on this, if this is like actually true. But like it like fits way too well. And like yeah, so obviously Damn seems like kind of a loose collection of tracks, right? But like there's like points where it makes way too much fucking sense. Like the thing that really convinced me is, so the normal sequence is like you have loyalty, pride, and then humble, right? And the reverse sequence, obviously it's the other way around: humble, pride, loyalty. And like on humble, the whole point of the song is that Kendrick is like super arrogant and just shitting on all the other rappers, right? And the next song is Pride, where it's talking about pride as like one of the 7 deadly sins, basically. And then on loyalty, Rihanna literally says, "It's so hard to be humble," like as the last line, right? So the impression that I get is that Kendrick is super arrogant and humble, and then he immediately regrets it on Pride, and then the same pattern kind of continues on loyalty. That makes, like, that reverse sequence actually makes more sense than the other way around, Like, that can't be a coincidence. That, like, having pride after humble, like, that makes such obvious sense, but that's not how the sequence originally flows. And then, yeah, I mean, again, I've heard this, like, argument a lot that, when you listen to Blood last, it ends with, like Kendrick randomly dying, and he just becomes another news story, and then the album just ends there, right? It's like a total anticlimax. And, that makes too much sense. It's just so good. Fuck, man. And like, So yeah, I'm thinking about like having God before fear. Like, maybe it's like saying, when you listen to God so early, like the second song, right? It's basically saying his faith is like already kind of shaken at that point, And then you have the revelations on fear, and that just sends him like tumbling down further. This like, this like downward spiral, I guess. Fuck. It like confirms everything that he's thinking, and then he just gets more and more depressed, right? Well, yeah, he's like, I guess you have the two halves, kind of aggressive and depressed, and in the reverse order, obviously they're flipped, right? He is depressed for a long time, and then he gets super aggressive. So it feels like he's lashing out in anger and like in frustration after like a long period of being sad. Whereas in the original sequence, it's like, he's like on the attack because he has so much confidence, right? As like it's coming off of To Pimp a Butterfly, where it's an album about finding the strength to keep going. My God. I'm getting very hoarse. Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, I hope I wasn't ranting and rambling too much. But, like, yeah. And obviously, like, a lot of what I said, yeah, there was, like, this, I forget where it was, but you can find it, like, the whole meme about, the reverse track list, because I didn't figure all of this out by myself. I do, yeah, the part about the first song that you listen to is a hypothetical scenario, and then the last song is like the reality. Like that's sort of what I realized the more I looked at these theories. Like that's how it makes sense in my brain. The thing about the sleeve with the inside the CD case, I did not know that, right? And that was like, whoa, oh my fucking God. Yeah, fuck, man. So Damn, to me, still a really fucking great album. I know a lot, like, it's not just Fantana, right? A lot of people think it's a disappointing follow-up to T-Pap. I don't really agree. I think it stands on its own. I think it's really interesting and different, and, like, yeah, even though it's so single-driven and so loose, the way they tie the songs together, in my opinion, is genius. So yeah, I hope there's a new Kendrick album soon. Like, we have, he's going on some kind of tour. He's like touring. I said this before. He's touring a bunch of festivals in Europe, and it would make sense that he's gonna drop an album right before that. There was like this whole thing that there's like a self-titled Black Hippie album, but like it turned out to be probably fake. Black Hippie is like a hip-hop group that Kendrick is a part of. Yeah. Oh yeah, fuck, Untitled Unmastered. Fucking great. You should listen to that as well. Untitled 8 is like, oh my God, so good. Yeah. Also let me know if you want me to talk about music more on here, I guess. Yeah. That'd be cool. Yeah, I think I'll peace out. This is a weird point to end the video with, but yeah. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a